welcome to another episode of CDN SportsTalk. You are with me, I'm Ayla Chica, and for this episode, I am joined by one of the hosts also of the show. We have
Hello.
Brian Ochoa. Ako, level ako energy sa yung energy. But anyway, kumusta mga kasiloy? I hope you guys are doing good. Kumusta Sir Brian? How are you?
Yeah, it's fine. We're here get together. It's the first episode.
Na-shock sila na we're trying a new thing for Sports Talk now. We're very up close and personal. So before we head on and introduce you our guests for this episode, we'd like to invite you guys to please do like and subscribe to all our social media accounts at CDN Digital on Instagram, Facebook, X. Apparently we're on Telegram and then we're on TikTok also. And WhatsApp and YouTube. And apparently sa WhatsApp and sa Telegram. We will tell you more about it in the coming days because we're still trying to develop it, but we are there. And also, Sir Brian,
for the articles, we're at cdn.ph. We have articles about our guests in Sports Talk, including this one. So for more features on sports, motorsports, and news, live entertainment, cdn.ph.
And yes, kuan pa man ni second episode of CDN Sports Talk for the year 2024. Nahuman na gito ng year na January, no? So we're jumping into February, and with that, we'll kick off this CDN Sports Talk episode with someone na ilado gini siya, Sir Brian.
Yes, when it comes to cars, motorsports, the name you can't deny. This is like a legend in Cebu.
One of the legends.
Join us in welcoming Mr. Lord Seno. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
How are you? How are you? Looking very young. You know what? The first time I interviewed him a long time ago.
That was exactly 23 years ago.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, I think I was still 2 years old. I was just kidding.
Yeah, so you know what? He looks the same.
No, yeah.
I grew older. He looks the same.
I think it's because of the sport that he loves.
I know, and it's exciting. I'm really excited because it's. I really like cars too.
Yeah.
We used to be together sa coverages in motoring, and I like cars. I like motorsports. So I'm excited.
This should be interesting for both of them, and I'll be a listener just like you guys. So, we will head on today.
Let's go. But first of all, let's get to know.
Bitaw.
A little bit of background and tell us how did you start
getting into
motorsports? Yeah.
As far as I can remember, maybe I was quite a curious kid. I destroy the things that I had in the house.
And then fix it again?
Yeah, fix it again.
Wow.
And then, in the 80s and the 90s, we didn't have any opportunity to really burn that energy. So it's very local. We were like in BMX tracks. We'd fix our...
So it starts there.
Yes.
This is pinaka-raw bitaw.
I also started in RC, which is... I really didn't love it because you were not the one driving.
You're not the one driving.
But I started in RC. I started tinkering with machineries because, it was really all about the passion of...
At speed? The need for speed? Or something?
Yeah, I think I was just quite curious with how it could move forward that quick. So
it must be the speed. Good.
Yeah, and then in the late 90s when karting was introduced by people from Manila, we jumped in, of course, and then that kind of like started that, and then
karting. It started karting. I mean, aside from bike.
There were no formal events at that time. Only pocket events that came from Manila. Introduced to us by the Manila guys, and they were like just far between. The events were far between. So I'd go drag racing.
Big smile on his face.
I wouldn't say illegally, because there were those legal ones, and there were those legal ones which the mayor...
No, but we were in the...
Both were okay.
Both were okay.
Yeah, in the... Well, I have to tell you this story.
We're all ears.
Yeah, it was my late uncle, who they lived in Mabolo, which is very near the church, and I would sleep over in their house, and every night I would hear those, because even there were so much buildings in between the cemetery and the back of the church. That was where the strip of the drag race was before.
This is the first one there.
So I would hear noises at nighttime, and in the morning I would go with him and go to our lolo who was buried in the cemetery there, and then he'd tell me that there are races at night. So when I went to college, that was the only thing inside my head. How can I go there and how can I participate?
So that was your first time to watch that Katono strip there?
Yes, and that's the same site where they did the first Philippine Grand Prix, I believe, in 1969. So that reclamation spot is like very old already.
So how did you become very good at what you do?
I wouldn't say
Because
very
you
good. I was
everybody
just
knows.
so passionate. I was just so passionate about that one, that thing that I love.
Your first car. Do you remember? Your car. Do you remember your first car?
My first car was a Toyota Corona 81 Toyota Corona macho. They call it a macho machine. The one driving was not macho. It was just a car. And luckily, Cebu there was an influx of surplus parts from Japan. So now and then there would be racing engines coming in. So I got my hand on a racing engine and then started tinkering with it, and then I was in the scene already, like in less than a year, learning the works. Learning the works of how it's done. In 1991, I got my first chance with legal drag racing. Legal drag racing. It was called the Tomas Osmeña Mayor's Cup. And then I won Rookie of the Year, and I won one class and I was still a teenager with a student permit. So they gave me they allowed me to enter the race, but they let my dad sign the waiver. And then I had the thing was I was driving like around 140, 160 in that straight, but I had to be driven by a driver going home because I only had a
SP.
The irony.
Yeah.
I have a question, sir. How's the racing scene before, and can you compare it to karon na time? Is it still like, welcoming, like lahi na gyud sila, lahi naman gyud ang mga drivers ko?
Well, like the season, we have SOCMED now, and it has changed so much. The parts before were like really hard. To come by. There was no catalog in the internet. There was no there were no instructionals in the internet. You don't find any data in the internet. It was all reading and reading and reading. It was not easy. Now you flick of a
phone.
Your phone, or you can get to Google and you can get all the information. That's one. Number two, it's open. A lot of avenues are already open. 2023 is the resurgence of the Cebuano motorsports. We were just a handful going to Manila from 2013 to present, but in 2023 I think it broke the record. We're probably around 40 people going to Manila already, 40 or more participating in national series.
So the races now, Manila.
Yeah, mainly because we haven't figured out how to or where to
organize
make
it
a
here.
track. Our only track, which has been very useful for karting and for the barn of Talets here in Cebu, is only kart zone. That's only 660 meters, and that's not even a good enough length for karting. Okay.
So, but what can you say about the motorsports scene here in Cebu? Is it active? Is it?
It's active. Not for Cebu. Drag racing, because Cebu grew so fast and it became so tight. There are no more venues for drag racing. So the local drag racing kind of like stopped, which is sad.
Yeah, sad.
And now they're racing in the streets, which I don't really agree on. So
Don't
local
do that.
government, come
Local
on.
government.
Been there.
And then karting, it's okay.
Yeah, because of cartoon, right?
We just wrapped up our 2020. That's a resurgence. How you know, we were absent for
3
a
years,
good.
no?
No, wait. We stopped in 2013
Oh,
because
that
we
long.
because we ran out of kids and the kart zone was not rehabilitated. So in the pandemic, when they planned to rehabilitate it, it was set back. Well, because of the pandemic, and then they just repaired it 2022. We planned on doing a whole series in 2023, and it was successful. Now these kids, at the end of the year, they went to the Asian Karting Championship and they won 1, 2, and 5.
Okay.
So that's a testament of how Cebuanos are. When you're really passionate, you succeed. So yeah.
We have lots of good races, right?
Yeah.
Names in. So I heard that you're gonna have this awards night, right?
Yes.
On Saturday.
Yes.
So tell us more about that. What are the names we're gonna expect now? Because
Well, we kind of like made everything. There's awards night for kart zone, for karting, for circuit, for Manila, for autocross, but we kind of like bunched it into one awards night because there's so many and we wanted it to be like one big event instead of pocket events for one event. So the names, karting names, they're new.
They're new.
They're all new karters. The old karters now, they're like professionals already, and you know. But these kids, the youngest ones are 7. They're 2, 1 girl, 1 boy.
Very promising. See, very promising.
There's an 8-year-old, there's a 9-year-old, and the cadet class, which is the small go-karts, they're like around 11. The junior karts, which is the karters that are 12 to 17 are around 10. So now we have, and it's growing, and the parents are now showing more interest because
it's a resurgence.
Because it's really a formal thing. I mean, you know, you get to go to an academy for 2 months, and then we let go of you and then say you race against each other. So it's like it's like a school, and then after that a competition. So basically it's just it just started. So the names are really new. There's Ashton Binghay and Jiggy Javier who became 1-2 in the Asian Karting Championship. That's an Asian.
Yeah.
Yes,
So that's very promising.
yes, in their division, where all of the beginners from all over Asia are brought to one venue. So imagine 1 and 2 and 5. So among, I think there were like 12 or 14 participants. So that's very good. That's very good. Very good results.
Karting, kumbaga, right? So at
Future
least,
guests of CDN
future
SportsTalk.
guests of CDN
Yes.
SportsTalk.
Sir ha?
Yes.
Kanina
Yes.
sila.
We're glad to have them.
Yes.
So-
Maybe in a year or two,
We will be here.
you will be learning more from them, from the
Exciting.
from the news feeds. Or
Yeah. So, Lord, what do you think is needed for Cebu Motorsports to, just continue to flourish?
But first of all, politically, you would need help from the local government. I know that they always say it's a sport for the rich, and yes, I know that. Not really. it's there are a few names there in Formula One who didn't really come from
Rich.
like
Uh-huh.
those the silver spoon beginnings. They were just good. Now the thing there is, how do you harness talent if we don't have a track? So we started initiating already and planning things, but along the way we got into like the investment was so big, there was an ROI to get, and so I think for one, a makeshift track would be good for if the government can help us.
Dugay na kayo na siya gito, the
Yeah,
track.
not
It
really
starts
a
there.
permanent one.
Yeah.
A makeshift track, maybe in SRP, where people can, a multi-use one where they can use it for jogging. Or, yeah. Number two, this is what we're doing. We're gathering everybody. We're making sure all the achievements that are, for example, national achievements by Cebuano are recognized. That's why we do this Cebu Awards Night. And then third, so that it will be legitimate, we partnered with Cebu City Sports Commission with
That's good.
Councilor Dondon Teveros, just to make sure that these awards are recognized.
This is the first time that
We had this in 2012, but it got cut short because we didn't have any venue anymore. Yeah. So thing was, and then after that, people got the heads. The heads got so busy going to Manila racing there. They didn't care about the kids here. So even the kids went to Manila already. So because there was no future in Cebu. So now that we're many, and now that with Netflix and Formula One, now they're showing signs of
correct.
interest.
Yes,
We should. It's high time we should have a racetrack here in Cebu.
all right.
Puhon.
Yes,
It's exciting. It's exciting. Motorsports is exciting because of people like Lord. And
the kids also.
and the kids.
Yeah.
And thankful
There's
for the parents na they're there to
Actually,
support.
there's much talent in here.
I wouldn't want you don't want to watch any old guy race. If you look at the kids, and especially if you see them race, and then they go out with the cart, maybe the cart, they go out of the cart, and then they all play together.
So
They're
cute.
still kids, but when they hop in the go-kart with their helmets on, their suits on, they get transformed into somebody else, and you'll be surprised always. I'll invite you one of these
We'd
days.
like to see that.
Yeah.
We'd like to
Yeah.
see that one of these days. Ikaw, no?
Tell us.
Yeah.
We go there.
Okay.
We film that. Para, we can learn about karting.
Yeah.
And it's
What karting is. I think it's just like that, for you start young athletes ba, mo transform sa kalit. Yeah.
Yes. I would agree. They're so sharp they're so sharp. They listen to you when
It doesn't seem like they listen, no, when you tell them, you do this, but then when you go inside, they do their own
Actually,
thing. Yeah.
and we have a classroom in Kart Zone. It's called the Kart Zone Academy classroom, and they're all bunched in there. And then I tell them like, I'm the safeguarder of the rule. I safeguard the rules, right? So I tell them this and that. They're kind of like very focused. Some of them answer, but when they're out of the classroom, they're like running around, right? But when they hop in the go-kart, you'll be surprised. 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, they're like, my God, the focus of these guys, huh? So that's the one that you should look for, not us.
Noted.
Yeah.
With thanks, we will be there.
Yeah, but anyway, still, if you see Lord racing,
Of
you still
course,
enjoy
of
it.
course.
And
I
I'm
think
sure
one
the
of-
kids,
yeah.
when they watch him too,
They'll get amazed.
starstruck. Yeah, it's just fun.
Such an inspiration
Yeah,
also for the
inspiration.
young
He
ones.
serve as inspiration. Of course, it's the name pa lang.
The Lord Seno.
So anyway, yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will.
Thank you.
We will.
Stay in contact,
Yeah,
of
and
course.
the awards night. Stay tuned for that because we will be giving you the names. Of
Yes,
those, so
yeah.
that. So stay tuned for CDN.ph. Times anything
Yes, and for our social media accounts, ito ninyo makita nila mga names. We will be, this time, we will show you new faces sa kaning basin bag-o ni sa uban ang sport, di ba? Sa ato ang gi-introduce karon. So, with that, please do follow and like and subscribe to all our social media accounts at CDN Digital on Instagram, Twitter, or X, TikTok, YouTube, Telegram, and on WhatsApp. And of course, CDN.ph for our articles. And thank you again.
Thank you very much. Maybe some parting words for our
thank you very much.
motorsports.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's
an honor.
The sport is it's growing, and we would want this to continue. So we would like to thank all the sponsors, the partners. Too many to say. But I assure you that we will continue to do this until such time that we can.
And we will be there with you in
there
every
too.
step
So,
of the way. Kung unsay matabang ni CDN Digital for the athletes, we will be
So
here.
if you keep in touch with you, you can just message us anytime.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir
Thank you
Lord.
very
It was
much.
nice to meet
Thank
you.
you.
And
Likewise.
everybody, Mr. Lord Seno, our guest for this episode of CDN Sports Talk. This is our second episode for this year, and we will have more episodes, of course, coming your way every Friday. Every Friday. And if you guys would want to share your stories about some athletes, do message us on our Facebook accounts, and let's talk. This has been your host, I'm Mela Chica with.
I'm Brian Ochoa.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thanks, Dave, behind the camera. And this has been again Sports Talk. See you again next time.